through a popular consensus, that we build public consensus that we don't need some of the institutions that are established as the Constitution. It is popular, it is in the public interest, but I don't know whether it is in the national interest, for example, hypothetically, to abolish the judiciary. Because you can do that in a referendum. You can do that in the referendum. The people have decided we just need 2 arms of government, for example. We don't need an arm of government that deals with disputes between citizens and among each other, or between citizens and those who are responsible for running government institutions. So it's food for thought. And I know, I believe, and I really hope I'll be invited again, because these are things I would want us to spend a bit of time informally discussing. Informally. It costs nothing to exchange views. And you don't have to take my views. I also don't have to take all your views. Yeah? But because this is a formal process, I will leave it there and say the following things that are relevant as I close to this forum and the issues that have been raised, including the clip that was showed carefully and strategically. First, my sister here, our cabinet secretary for ICT, is one of your own. Is one of your own. She is, yes, a member of government, and so forth, but professionally, she's one of your own. I am a member of government, but professionally, I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I am a member of the legal profession. Okay? That is a lifelong badge of honor we all carry, you know. So I see no reason why we should not have avenues for talking to each other. I see no reason. I just gave Margaret as an example. She's a professional from your own circles. In the office, all the offices, including the office of the president, the office of the deputy president, some of you people are there. I'm seeing one seated in front of me who works in my office. Francis is known to many of you here. So I don't see why, for example, even outside the formal avenues, why some things should bother us so much, because the minister, for example, being one of you, is somebody who can reach using your professional channels and maybe bring to her attention some of the things that she could have either forgotten or perhaps not appropriately balanced with other things as she runs that ministry. Therefore, we agree with you fully on the strengthening of KBC as a public broadcaster. We equally agree with you fully and unequivocally on the need for us as a country governed by the rule of law and a constitutional order. We should respect court orders and what the courts have said about the relationship between the Media Council of Kenya and the Communications Authority. There should be no doubt or debate, because we are a country run by the rule of law. There could be interpretational issues and so forth, but that is a discussion we can have. But I think there is nothing to negotiate around that space. On the safety of journalists, we agree. For the reasons which I have said in my formal remarks, we agree that the safety of journalists is critical. We believe in the freedom of the media. We endeavor to protect it. Our Constitution has guaranteed these freedoms. And you expect it in a society, occasionally there will be infractions. The problem is when we do not address those infractions as we are required. And therefore, I want to commit for the journalist who was hurt here in this city. That is quite unfortunate. And normally when an event like that happens, there are two ways of dealing with it. One is through the internal police, internal affairs police unit, but also more objectively through the IPOA, the Independent Police Oversight Authority. Now we've had a leadership transition in the last 3 months. We have a new IPOA coming on board, I think any time from now. They'll be sworn in. Parliament has approved the names. So, and the other one had, I think, given an exit report. So these things happened at a time when there was a leadership transition. So I will be following up on where we are, and I want to undertake, Madam President and the rest of the colleagues here, that we are going to follow up to ensure justice is done and establish who did this and bring that person to account.